Okay, welcome to the video. Roast time. It's a Wednesday roast, a Wednesday vegan roast here. Now, if this is one of your adverts, just a bit of housekeeping. I'm not trying to offend anyone. You know, there's a saying, a real friend doesn't care about your feelings. They want you to know the absolute truth. An acquaintance doesn't care about the truth or your direction of your life. They only care about insulating your feelings and getting what they want out of you. All right? I'm here to be your friend, tell the absolute truth. I'm going to tell you if this price you're dreaming or you're realistic. All right, let's get stuck into it. This is Facebook Marketplace Australia. People say, Harley, you get a lot of deals. You know, like I live in Canada and the prices are just gouged out. All the deals are in Australia. No, the deals are everywhere and the gouges are everywhere. And that's okay, all right? If you're a gouger, that's fine. I'm not dissing. I'm just saying some of these prices are ludicrous. And hey, the most crazy thing is some of the prices that Specialized and Cervelo and, you know, other brands, you know, Pinarello or, you know, whatever we've got, Avanti, just other brands in general, some of the prices people are charging these days. It's insane. It's crazy. It's post-corona. Let's get into it. This is a Specialized SL6 Tarmac, one of my favorite bikes to ride. I don't like the seat post though because, you know, it's proprietary. I don't like this. This looks bad. Look, you know what I mean? I can guarantee you 99% chance that this fork has a shallow steerer plug in there, which means it could be cracked. That fork could be cracked from being over torqued down the bottom here, or just the carbon is delaminated because it wasn't designed to have 20 mils of spacer with the short, shallow stock plug that Specialized spec and Trek and other brands they're guilty of. You know, so this fork I would not really feel too safe owning or riding. Definitely selling, I'd be like, ew. $8,000 Australian. We've got mechanical Dura-Ace rim brake, which is worth nothing pretty much in 2021. Fantastic bike. Is it better than the SL7 S-Works? Definitely. How do I know? I own the SL7 and I've ridden the SL6. SL6, hands down, a real race bike. The SL7 is like a 2014 Roubaix disc. It's heavy and slow and sluggish and comfortable and stable. And it's for the barrister who's doing the keto diet. It's not for the racer. So this is with head Belgium rims, $8,000. It's got an S-Works power meter on there, a cork, may or may not work. Fantastic bike, really nice bike, $8,000. Dreaming. That ain't gonna sell for $8,000. You know, it's dirty. It's just like, which doesn't mean anything. My bike's always dirty, but you know, it's just $8,000. No way. Like if you're gonna spend, here's the logic. If someone's gonna spend $8,000 on a bike, they're gonna go to a bike shop. They're not gonna buy it secondhand Facebook Marketplace with zero warranty, zero after sales service. All right. And so again, this isn't a diss of anyone selling a bike. I mean, the insurance replacement value on this bike's like 14, 15 grand. You know, it's got insurance replacement value, but market value, I'm gonna give. The frame, fork may or may not be cracked. The frame's gonna be $500-600. You know, the frame set maybe, you know, $700-800. Group set, $1,000. You know, I would say this bike's probably for me $2,500 max, assuming it doesn't have any crash damage. Oh, my bike, I'm crashed my bike. We don't know that. How do I know this bike isn't crashed? I'd say it's not stolen. You know, I'd be pretty confident it's not stolen, but I can't say for sure it hasn't been in a home trainer during the lockdowns with sweat sessions and that rear end's just been delaminating in that Wahoo trainer. How do I know it's not? We don't know. Again, I'm just speculating here. This is educational content to let people know. Here's another bike. It's almost the same exact bike. I know this bike pretty well because it used to be. Anyway, this is a beast. This is more realistic. 2,100. Let's go back here. Why are we paying extra $6,000? I don't know either. You know, Dura-Ace C24 wheels, BB30. This bike, you know what I mean? Again, so this is a very, very, very fair price. Very, very fair price. And it's got this, you know, it's got the same factory in China there. Oh, it's Specialized bikes made in Taiwan. China. This is, and again, this is Specialized make a fantastic bike. This is, you know, this is the best bike Specialized sell in 2021. How do I know? Because I know. Because I've ridden one of these and they go pretty good. And they're only $2,200 brand new if you can get one. So Go figure. Anyway, but that's the deal. And this is what we're competing with here. This is a Reed bike, another bike I've ridden and owned, and it goes really good. Oh, it's a Reed. It's a Reed. I would prefer to have this than an SL7 SWorks Tarmac. 100%. Hypothetically, in a race situation. Because I could bling this bike out with maybe $1,000, put some lighter wheels on there, second handy, maybe a SRAM Red group set, second handy, and some lightweight parts, and get this bike under, be faster feeling than the SL7 SWorks. And that's going to cost me $1,200, $1,250 Australian, brand new. You change out a few things on that, and it's going to be great. Even as stock, this bike, $1,200. Incredible. Is it as fast feeling as the Elite LA? No. But if you spend extra $1,000 on it, definitely. So, you know what I mean? Like, you actually wouldn't have to spend $1,000. You could bling it out on the Facebook Marketplace deals. Let's get back to that. Another one. This is an SWorks Roubaix. This is $1,000. $1,000 replacement value. Insurance probably $18,000 or some crazy price, whatever Specialized are charging these days. And again, I'm not having a go at Specialized. I'm just using them because they're a very popular brand, a very well-known brand, and they sell. They don't make bikes. They sell bikes. This is a fantastic bike. All right. Going back to the SL6, fantastic bike. The LA Elite 2021, fantastic bike. This old, was it 2007? Looks like 2007 SWorks Roubaix. Fantastic bike, assuming the bottom bracket isn't overlised out, assuming the frame doesn't have any damage on it, and assuming there's no ring of death on the fork steerer. $1,000 is a very, very fair price. This bike would go very nicely. Again, could you lowball it a bit? No, yes, depends on how people want to sell their stuff. But again, this bike, because it's so old, the chance it does have a crack in it from a crash or the fork being over tightened or being ran uncut, the chance is very high this bike is going to have some sort of structural integrity deformities. All right, and again, no diss to the person selling the bike. It just is what it is. Lightweight bikes aren't as durable. They ride really nice. This is a fantastic riding bike. How do I know? Because I've owned one. All right, let's get back into it. Let's have a look out here. Ridley Noah, here we go. $2,500. Is this person dreaming? This is a fair, again, we're assuming there's no crash, cracks, bent or stolen. $2,500. Yeah, I would say probably about at $1,500. It's got the Racing 3s on there, bit of a heavier wheel. It's got some AliExpress, Alibaba, derailleur hanger extension KG, which is fine. It's got a nice big loop there, so it's been mechanically serviced by someone who knows how to set up SRAM right. Yeah, the seat post can slip in some of these Aero bikes, and same with the SL7. My seat post has been slipped. But otherwise, $2,500, it's a nice bike. It's a nice bike. I'd probably go 15. But if you spent $2,500, not too bad either. Assuming there's no crash, cracks, bent, stolen, etc. I've got Stages power meter over here. Stages, my favorite Stages power meter, $420. Looks like it's in pretty good condition. I'd say that's a pretty fair deal, assuming it works. And here's the thing with Stages power meters is I reckon they're fantastic. And if they get wet and they stop working, just take the battery cap off, take the battery out, let it dry out overnight, put it back in, recalibrate it, you're good to go. We're going to Trek a Monda SL, one of my favorite bikes. These ride really nicely, much better than the Trek SL Hug, etc. disc brake bikes, which Trek only do these days. So we've got Di2 R8000, their group set, works great. We've got some Bontrager Alias wheels. They're a great wheel. They're generally a DT Swiss hub internal. This is a nice bike. It looks like it's had a bit of a drop there. You can see the scratches on the Di2 Ultegra derailleur there. It's a size 54, so this bike would sort of fit me. I run a pretty small bike because I've got a low seat height. This is a really nice bike for 3.2 though. Again, the problems with these bikes, they ride really nice because they're really light. They're just like a slim-waisted fit chick. Just, you grab them and you want to really go hard on it. And because of that, crashes happen, all right? It's just things that happen. So, if the bike's in really good structural integrity, which, how do we know that? We don't, unless it's getting X-rayed, etc. So it's a fair price. I would prefer this over the latest Trek. You could give me a $20,000 Trek SLR disc brake bike. I would prefer this a Monda, thank you very much. It would just ride nicer. because it just rides nicer. Rim brakes on the road, uphill, on the flats, in the crits, for me, they just ride nicer. They feel more slim-waisted racy. And there's nothing wrong with, body plus body positive bikes. A 7.5 kilo, 8 kilo disc brake bike. There's nothing wrong with that. It's good that Cervelo are doing the body positive heavy bikes, and that's fine. There's something for everyone. Not everybody wants that slim-waisted sub 7 kilo rim brake bike. Not everyone wants it. Not everyone should want that. I'm just saying, give the customers the choices. All right. If everyone rode the same bike, it would be boring. If everyone found the same person attractive, it would be boring. What else have we got here? We've got an SL6 disc brake bike, 3.2. I just look at this and I think, man, what have Specialized done to their bikes? You know what I mean? What have Specialized done to their road bikes? They've added disc brakes to them. And that's fine for people who want disc brakes. But what about the customers out there who don't want disc brakes on a road bike? I mean, I love disc brakes, don't get me wrong. But not when I'm trying to go as fast as possible up the mountain on my weight weenie bike, all right? So I just look at that, 3.2, fairish prices because it's a pretty recent model one. But I just look at that and think, man, the SL6 was such a nice bike. And what do they do to it? They add rim brakes. So we've got a snake. What the heck's going on here? We've got a carbon fiber. Looks like the poor thing's caught there. Damn. Looks like it's caught there maybe. If you do ever see one of these in an electricity box, all you do is you wait for it to straighten its neck out. When it's like curled like that, it can sort of strike at you. I would just grab it gently behind the neck, just a firm but gentle. You don't want to crush its little vertebrae. Grab it by the head, and then you're going to slowly pull it through the tail there. You may even have to get a hacksaw or jimmy it out there. But that snake looks like it was a bit stuck there, unfortunately. Beautiful snake, harmless. Just grab it by the back of the neck. Got people flipping off stuff. Let's have a look over here. Let's actually pause the video, and we'll just have a look what we've got on here. We'll just go this way. Back Adelaide version. Here we go, an S-Works hardtail. Remember these? This is a blast in the past. A 2003 M5. Wow. This was like the Philip Meerhager EPO D-Bowl bike with the Crossmax V-brakes. It's $700. Still can't even sell. This bike was drool-worthy back in the day. 2001 to 2004. This was the bike, and then the Epic came out with the dual suspension version. But this is this is a blast in the past. There was a few copies of this frame getting around, so could it be a fake one? I do remember them being ball blasted, not ball blasted, but ball burnished. What do they call it? Bead blasted. So it's I'm not a. There was a few copies of these coming out of China and Thailand. It could be legit. It could be not. Either way, still a very fair price of $700. The old SIDS, classic, the old Eastern stickers. These Crossmax, they were blasting the past. Even the Mishi tires in there. So if this frame is fake or not, $700, still very fair deal. But again, it's 26 and doesn't ride as good as 29. But for someone who's got sentimental value, it's fantastic there. We've got over here. We've got we've got a Mason. What's this Mason? $5,000 for a gravel bike. Damn. 105 on there. It's got the doorknob shifters. Is that alloy? Is it an alloy frame? Is it alloy? Alloy frame for $5,000. Hang on, let me work it out over here. Is this $5,000 for an alloy frame? It looks alloy frame. Only ridden once by my partner. Can inspect. I'd say it's only probably been ridden once by my partner. If the person is a female who rode this bike, this saddle is the reason it's only ridden once, and it's probably around the block. She's like, I ain't riding this thing again. This is a labial tear saddle. This ain't good. This guys out there, if you want to get your girl into cycling, put in the hard yards and find a saddle that works for her, and put the saddle right down low just to start with, and then go from there. The gearing as well. This is compact gearing, so you'd have to be on some serious hemoglobin boosting oxygen vector agents to be riding gravel rides up hills and Adelaide hills with a 34 and a 32 on the back. That's some serious, my hemoglobin is like 180, 190, and I'm running a bigger cassette on the back than this bike. So again, not dissing, just saying, people out there, you want to make sure that your gearing is appropriate for your riding, otherwise you're not going to enjoy it. It also looks a very stretched out position. Maybe she was a bit stretched out. I'm assuming it's a woman who rode this bike. So that saddle, just I don't know many women in the world who like that saddle, and I've ridden many women. I've ridden a lot of women in the world, and this saddle would be definitely a no-goer. Is this carbon or alloy? I don't even know. $5,000, brand new bike. Still probably a bit exy, I think, for 105. But hey, who knows? Value's an eye of the beholder. Let's go for another Specialized bike. These are really good. A Specialized Ruby. We don't know how to put our cameras on landscape. The photo makes the difference, people. If you want $2,700, this price is dreaming. Now, it's a fantastic bike, but here's another tip. The photo sells the bike. This person should just re-upload this advert. If it doesn't sell in a week, delete your ad, put up a new one. All right? Otherwise, people go, what's wrong with the bike? I know what's wrong with the bike. The price is too high, or the photos don't match, etc. That's why your bike isn't selling, people, because your price is too high, and all the photos just don't get the excitement going on there. Right? So if your bike doesn't sell in a week, drop the price, or change the photos. This is a very, very nice bike, but for $2,700, no one's going to buy this for $2,700. No way. No way. This bike is worth under $1,000. It's a really nice bike though, but no one's going to buy it for $2,700 in my experience. And I've been buying and selling bikes for, since 2003. Actually, before that. What am I saying here? 2000. Even maybe before that. 2000. Buying and selling bikes. 2000 I'll be buying and selling bikes. With the Specialized there, talking about bikes, the Tarmac. This is what the SL7 rides like. Right? If you want to know what an SL7 rides like, it rides like one of these Roubaix without the head shock. This is an SL7 pretty much. SL7 Tarmac right here, right there. A comfort bike. That's what it is. It's comfortable with a low stack height. That's the SL7 right there, and that's a Roubaix Sport. That's when I rode the SL7. I was thinking, man, this is a Roubaix Sport with an $18,000 Aussie price tag on there. I was just like, man, this is crazy. Let's go on to let's go Cervelo. Let's see what Cervelo's up to today. Because again, I'm not picking any brands here. I'm just using brands that are well known around the world. Let's have a look. We've got a bit of pink. On Wednesdays we wear pink. Mean Girls. All right, so that's cool. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? 3.2. No, ain't gonna sell for 3.2. Those wheels look fantastic, but you ride those in windy conditions. Any deep dish wheel, windy conditions, dangerous, dreaming, not fun. That's why you often see deep dish wheels look really good condition, because people don't like riding them because they feel sketchy and dangerous in the wind. Now, if you live in Thailand where it's not that windy, deep section wheels, no worries. But if you live in Adelaide, deep section wheels, no go. It's just too windy here down here. So 3.2 ain't gonna sell for 3.2. Nice looking bike. We've got a frame only for $3,000. Ain't gonna sell for that. We've got an R5 frame set, 2013, 6'4", extra large. Ain't gonna sell for no way. Because now very nice bike. The R5 is based off the Pragma. Or I should say the Pragma is based off the R5, which is based off the 6.6, etc. These are Chinese-made carbon bikes. Ride really nicely. Great bike. Made for a few $100 here in China. Great riding bike. Big fan. It's got the 27.2. It's got a pretty easy to fix fork. The BB Right, not a huge fan myself, but otherwise very nice bike. $1,250 though. Ain't gonna sell. Again, that fork. With a setup like this, it's easy to drop the fork out and have a look for the Ring of Death. The Ring of Death is caused primarily, I would say, if you have a different opinion, let me know down below. Ring of Death is the headset is loose, and then the person rides it, and it's like, oh, that's okay. And it's like, no, it's not okay, because it's going to etch out your headset and cause a Ring of Death, potentially. And then one day, your forks just snap. Your steel just snaps. And if you're in your driveway with, a ton of marshmallows around you and you're wearing a full Michelin suit, that's okay. It's fun. But if you're in peak hour traffic or flexing down Mount Lofty or Mount Baldy and your steerer snaps, that ain't going to be fun. And hopefully you don't die. And hopefully people don't have to see that. So yeah, drop the fork out of any secondhand bike for inspection. Have a look. See any cracks, any splits, any rings of death, don't buy it. Get a new fork. Again, you can get front impact head. How do we know a second-hand carbon bike doesn't have some sort of issues with it? You know what I mean? Whenever I buy a bike, I always say, can I have a look at the fork? And if this person says no, I'm like, okay, well, I'll offer you a lot less then, because I don't know if there's any structural damage here. How do I know it doesn't have any structural? Oh, it doesn't have any structural. Okay, show us. Some people don't like that. But you got to ask it in a nice way. Don't be a douche about it. And often people have got no problems with me dropping the fork out. I re-grease their headset for them. I give them an inspection. I say, looks fine. Or I'm like, nah, this fork's done. You shouldn't be selling this bike. It's dangerous. I'll let them know. But $1,250, fantastic frame, but it ain't going to sell for $1,250. It's rim brake. People don't want rim brakes. Even though rim brake's superior on the road for me, people don't want it. So this bike, $500. $500 to the frame set, if that fork is okay. Assuming the fork is okay. We've got disc brake frame here, 3.6. So hasn't sold. Here we've got one over here, $5,000. Di2 Dura-Ace. Selling as no longer needed. My concern when I see this bike, I see a lot of spaces under here. So I would look at the person selling the bike. I would maybe stalk their Facebook profile. I'm not saying to do this one, but I'm just saying you can just stalk their Facebook, Instagram, and see did they ride this bike with an uncut steerer, with spaces on top of their stem and a small little bung plug. So now that fork steer is massively compromised and ready to fail. Crash, crack, snap, and fail. And we can laugh about it, and I can emphasize the words crash, crack, snap, and fail, Ross bubbles. But again, we're talking about people's lives here, right? You don't want your carbon fork or your steel fork or your alloy fork failing on your bike. You don't want that, because that's loss of control, potential loss of life. So people learn how to drop your fork out. I'm not trying to scare anyone away here. I'm just trying to educate people. This bike, I'm not sure if it's had a frame repair on there, but it looks like something's going on there, that top tube there. It looks a bit shimmery in the light. So again, I would ask someone, has it been repaired? Has it any cracks? Have you had any issues with the seat post slipping, things like that? Now, most people are pretty honest with you. They say, no problems. But again, if someone's bought it second hand, they might not know if it's been repaired or whatever. Now, some Cervelos out of the factory and Specialized are a little bit wobbly out of the factory. Just they shimmer a bit. So, it depends on the situation. If you see any paint marks around there, then it's been resprayed, etc. But just ask them. Most people honestly, for $5,000, there's something wrong with this bike. $5,000 is a fair price. Di2 Dura-Ace, current model, $5,000. Why isn't it selling? Again, $5,000 is a lot of money to spend on a second-hand bike with no warranty, etc. The group set I like this bike. This bike is great. It comes out of one of the factories I use for my Pragma bikes. Well, I used to use because we don't have any rim brake stock anymore. But yeah, if you've got good eyes, you'll know which one I'm talking about. So for me, it's not worth $5,000 because the frame for me is worth $200, and the wheels, I don't really rate those wheels. They're good training wheels, but I like fast wheels. I like slim-waisted, lightweight wheels. Wind Space Hyper 38s, etc. Fulcrum Racing Zero. The group set's great. I do rate this Di2. Works a treat. Let's go down here. Here we go. Stuart O'Grady. This is a classic one. Stuart O'Grady, local Australian cycling legend. Put Australian cycling on the map. Well, there's Mavic Cosmics. 2 down under. That was O'Grady's home race, which he won there. Fantastic. Wow. This bike is, this is a replica 281. It's created for the 2 down under. This is, wow. See, even Stewie signed it. Iconic bike. People say, why would you give praise to Stuart O'Grady? He used drugs. Everyone's using drugs, man. Everyone today. All sports using drugs, right? Politicians, etc. Athletes. All sports. Swimming, running, cycling, all right? So it's just how it is. We punish people's honesty, don't we? Yeah, I used EPO back in 98. Oh my God, we got to kick you off. Let me have a cough. But that's just the world we live in. People don't really understand the truth about drugs in sport. You ain't winning nothing unless your hemoglobin's up over 250. I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just saying this is a fact. It's in mint condition. 3.7. Will it sell for 3.7? I mean, it's worth it to someone who values this bike. It's in mint condition. Looks like it's brand new. This is amazing. This is amazing condition. The person, whoever built this bike up, he's put in a lot of work, because this looks like it's brand new old stock. Wow. Maybe the frame was resprayed. Who knows? Looks like a fork. Yeah, it's just, well, iconic bike, isn't it? Those Mavic Cosmics, I had a set of those demo wheels back in '99. Wow. Looks like a different fork there as well. Okay, so something's spare fork there. Classic bike. I'd almost buy this, but it would be heavy. It wouldn't ride as nice as the bikes these days, but it was a cool bike back in the day. Here we go. We got a frame. Just the frame for $1,200. What sort of photo is this? This is a bad photo. Let's go. This is the only. You're good, but I'm not yet. What? What sort of photo is this? This is only one photo. This is not a solid bike. $1,500. Dreaming. Nice bike, the old S2. I prefer the S2, the old one, over the current model. But again, you want to check that fork for crash, cracks, etc. We've got a let's go giant. Let's go giant. Giant propelled disc. They're already selling them. The disc brake bikes are already getting flicked off. People don't rate them. I don't rate them either. That's a nice colour. That's like an old giant Cadex colour. That's a pretty bike. I like the look of that. I do like the look of that. Wow. That's a good looking paint job. I rate that. It's got the shallow wheel at the front. That's a good idea. I'm not sure if Giants spec that, but that's pretty smart. If you've got a deep addition, the wheel back, it's not so bad. Shallow at the front, it'll ride more stable for sure. Nice bike. Disc brakes though. Damn. That's a hot looking bike. The colour looks good. Be heavy as heck though. 5'8". That's a fair deal for what it's worth. 5'8". What else we got here? We have a S3 Cervelo. Again, this is what I'm talking about. It's so hard. Like, this is a frame, just a frame. No fork, no history, just a frame. $200. It's an air coat FD chain, like an expensive bike back in the day. $200. Can't sell it. It was $200. This bike won't sell because you got to find a derailleur hanger for it. You got to find a seat post for it. I'm assuming it's a proprietary one. It might be have lost the clamp in there. You got to find a fork. Yeah. Oh, actually, okay. So the thing's in there already. There, made in Taiwan, aka China. Nothing wrong with that. So it needs a derailleur hanger on there. So you have to do a bit of homework, which if you did, it's a nice bike, but people aren't going to do that because it's work and time. We've got over here. We've got a Colnago. We've got a Katana Shogun. Let's do it for the old $130. Tires are flat. Give them $50, right? We've got a clapped out Katana. Remember the Suzuki Katana? We've got a clapped out Shogun Katana, $130, flat tires, rusty chain. Give them $50. One of those plush saddles. Give them 50. Good pub bike. Change the saddle so I can get a prostate PSA reading there. What else we got over here? We've got a Bianchi XL EV2. This is interesting. A rad 9099. This is very, very rare. $4,500. Wow, it's in good condition. This looks like a collector's bike. Wow, this is in very good condition. Okay, 4.5. So again, wow, this is in very good condition. Damn, I'm getting flashbacks. Wow, that seat be worth a bit. Very nice bike. Someone's done a lot of work to get this one going. Got the number 1 on there. So yeah, so we've got a Pantani super fan over here. That's cool. Pantani also juiced out of his eyeballs, just like every sport hero out there. $4,500. Nice bikes. This is 21 weeks ago. So to the right person, this will be a steal. To the everyday person, it's like, why would I ride a bike for $19.99? This is a bike where you'd spend the money doing it up, you're not going to get it back. Whoever's made this bike up, done a good job. We've got a Colnago C59 Italia. Carbon, everything. Except for the wheels. And the chain links. But you know what I'm saying. And the seat posts. But here's the thing is this a real... How do I know this isn't a fake C59? How do we know? Well, I don't know. It looks legit, but so do the fakes. Okay, so my question is, how do I know this is legit? How do we know that? A purchase receipt, serial number matching, that's where you go. So always remember, with brands like Colnago, very heavily faked. Now, I'm not saying this bike's faked. I'm just saying, don't just believe everything. Pinarello, Colnago's very, very faked. And some of the fakes are fine, but I wouldn't want to ride one because you don't know if the fork's going to fail on you. And again, you don't know if any legitimate carbon fork will fail on you. You got to inspect it, people. Don't just ride a bike. Yeah, should be right. Should be right, cobber. You want to inspect it, man. You want to inspect it. It's a very simple job to inspect a carbon fork, especially a rim brake bike. You drop it out in a few minutes. No worries there. So The C59, if this is a legit bike, not a fake, it's a fair price. They're not a cheap bike, but they're made in China, China by Italy. Nice riding bike, quite a heavy duty bike, quite a strong bike. But yeah, it's I'm getting fake vibes from this bike. I'm also getting legitimate vibes from this bike. Interesting. It's 3.5 for me. It ain't. Again, a person who's going to buy a $3.5 bike, it's a tough sell, isn't it? It's a tough sell. Like, bikes aren't like cars, like, it's a tough one. Even over here, let's have a look what we've got over here. Got Pinarello Dogma. Again, could be fake, could be legit. Could be fake, could be legit. Oh, hang on. Oh no, this is Lewis. This is legit. Lewis wouldn't sell a fake bike. I'm not saying that someone selling a fake bike might not know about it. This is legit. Okay, so this would come from the local Pinarello dealer. So again, you want to find out who you're buying the bike from, and this would be a legit one. 3.2 record on there. It's got a bit of wear on the back there. This would be a nice bike, super record. Okay, Giovanni Nani Pinarello. It looks like it's in very good condition. 3.2 super record group set. Fair price for the replacement value. Titanium, man, this is my first ever road sale from 97, Titanium Flight. Wow. Dang, that's in good condition. That was definitely an impotent saddle there. 3.2. It's going to be hard to sell. It's a nice bike. It's a nice bike. Definitely wasn't cheap. This bike was probably 12, 15 grand back in the day, But what's those bars? It's interesting shape. But yeah, 3.2, it's just going to be tough selling it in today's market. I'm going to say this bike would probably sell $1,500 if it sells and when it sells. Because it is, people who want Pinarello want the latest stuff. Pinarello's like a brand, it's like an iPhone, it's the S-Works and stuff is iPhones. If you're rocking this is like an iPhone 4, an iPhone 5, people are, oh yeah, cool. You got an iPhone 4, you got Pinarello from 2014, cool. Yeah, what? Don't write of us, don't even look at us. That's the thing with the brands, people, it's very clicky. Nice bike though. This bike would ride very nice. I would definitely prefer this bike over the Pinarello F12 disc, no doubt about it. Seat post, easy to replace. It's got a BSA bottom bracket in there, I think. So this bike's easy to work on. Mechanic's dream, no worries. Again, looks like it hasn't been ridden much. So these bikes can be great deals. I would still want to drop the fork out just to make sure there's no ring of death on there. But this bike doesn't look like it's been ridden much at all. So, bit of mark on there, maybe from a zip tie or something like that. But yeah, Pinarello frames generally built pretty heavier and pretty durable there. 3.2, not bad. But again, market value, I'm going to give about $1,500. We've got a Trek SLR Domane. Price drop from 8.3 to 6.8. Still, wow, it's in good condition. Again, I'm seeing that steer tube. It's giving me little OCD triggers over here. I want to see a deeper plug in that thing. This is one of the new Domanes, the body positive ones. Not the lightest thing out there, but a very smooth, stable bike to ride. 56 centimeter, 6.8. I don't think it's going to sell for that much. Because people are going to buy a bike for 6.8 are going to go to the bike shop, aren't they? It's a fair price for current model bike, Di2 disc, current model Domane. It's a fair price, but it ain't going to sell for that much, But again, that fork, I'm just like, Trek, Specialized, everyone, please put in some deeper plugs in there. We've got to look at this. We've got another Parley ESX, $8,000. I mean, that's a fair price. It's got lightweights on there. They're like $7,000 retail. But again, $8,000 is going to be a hard sell, isn't it? But yeah, nice bike. We've got over here $5,500. It's going to be a hard sell. $5,500. Wow, this is a rubber bank giant TCR. Very nice bike. The extra large 5.5 is not good. If you get more than $1,000 for this, you've done well. 1, it's very old. 2, it's in very good condition. 3, it's a very nice bike. 4, it's huge. This is a big bird bike. There's not many big bird roadies out there, and they're not going to buy a bike this old. So especially for $5,500, $1,000. Very nice bike though, but unfortunately, it's $1,000. I would say keep it, man. If you don't like the position of it, flip that stem. This is a great bike. Keep it, man. You ain't going to get $5.5 for that. You're dreaming. We've got a Fuji Altamira over here. I'll rate the Fuji bikes. They're a nice ride. 2012. $1,500. Di2. You ain't going to get $1,500 for this. It's got the Alpha 340s on there. Not a bad wheel, but they often blow tires off the rim. Read the forums, you know. They ain't trolls posting stuff. It's legitimate rim blow-offs. So when I see these rims, I'm like, yeah, blow-offs. Yeah. But this person's still alive, so maybe it hasn't blown off for them. It might not blow off for you either. But a very nice frame. $1,500. Di2. Fair price. Very good condition. Look at that. Hardly any drops on there. There's no drops on the end of the skewer. There's no much dropping, scratching around here. Looks like there's plenty of chunk left in the frame there. The pulleys look good. The chain cassette look a bit dirty. That's fine, normal. But there's no scratching here. So this bike's in great condition for its Aero. Yeah, the rims look very new. So this is a fair price. $1,500. Come with the charger. Come with some spare rotor cranks, which are worth peanuts. Not a bad crank though. And you got cleats and pedals and speed planes. So, wow, you got a whole lot. This person's hitting it and quitting it. They're out of cycling. Maybe they just clearing the shed. The wife said, it's me or the bike. And I'd say, put the bike in the bed and give the wife the shed. Yeah, nice bike, $1,500. Fair price, isn't it? Good bike. Good quality bike. Looks like it's changed out to some compacts on there. Hasn't done a lot of miles. Off from $1,000. Take it now. Nice bike. Again, bigger size, a bit harder to sell. It's always harder to sell the bigger size. Here we go. This one did the rounds in a Facebook group. Bit of banter. Again, not banter to anyone in this video. Just all friendly here. This is a Specialized McLaren road bike. Was advertised for $15,000. The seller said the bike was made in the USA. This is made in China. It's a Chinese-made McLaren S-Works. The McLaren thing's a sticker, right? $15,000. Nice looking bike. This bike rides pretty good. I'd prefer this bike over the SL7 S-Works, no doubt. $11,000 though. Dreaming. This is an older model 9070 Di2 group set. It's rim brakes, so the values zip all. It's got zip wheels, which are hubs explode, you know, front and rear. The rims are really nice. Zip rims are very nice. The hubs though, let's not go there. Hub failure, Google it up. And again, anyone can write anything on Google. Just look at my name. But when you see hubs exploding multiple times, that ain't trolls. That's real life there. This bike looks to be ridden not too much at all. Maybe not at all. Either way, it's like knock-on cables or something like that. So, yeah, it's in very good condition. It almost looks like it's brand new. It's got EE brakes on there, the old ones. So, which were okay to set up. Some of them were, some of them weren't. But yeah, this bike has this bike even been ridden? Maybe not. It's in immaculate condition. Either way, immaculate condition. No scratches in that Di2 derailleur. This bike, wow, it's a small cassette on there. What's that? We've got a stiff link over here, cassette stiff link. The chain looks like it's been worn a few times. A bit of anodizing missing there. Who knows? But there's a stiff link going on there. So, but yeah, look at the clear coat on there. It's mint condition. Mint condition. We've got a battery charger. $11,000. Absolute dream. What's this bike worth? Let's part it out for the frame set. Rim brake, 10 years old, $500. Wheels, rim brake, zips. You're gonna get $500 for them. So that's worth $1,000. The group set Di2, very old, mint condition, brand new. You're gonna get maybe, mate, they've got the EE brakes, which I like, but not many people like because they look so ugly. You know, you're gonna get like $1,000 for that with the whole group set. So we're up to like $2,000. You know, max $2,500 for this bike. Max $2,500 for this bike. This person wants $11,000 for it. Absolutely will not sell for $11,000. If he got more than $3,000 for it, I would be surprised and impressed. And again, that's not me to trash anyone, because this bike was probably worth, $29,000 back in the day or whatever. Specialized really taking the piss of some of their prices, aren't they? But again, if someone's a barrister or whatever, they're like, yeah, I want to flex at the cafe. And it's so funny. You walk out of the bike shop and people, the bike shop owners or people will be like, man, it's a sucker. And then you come, hey, how you going, man? How's the bike? Wow, it's really cool. Again, not to trash any bike shop owners out there, but you know what I'm talking about. Again, this is people want to drop Big cash on bikes. Let them. It's better than cars anyway. But I'm just saying, this is what goes on. We've got a Canyon Ultimate over here for $9,000. Who's buying a bike secondhand or facey for $9,000? You know, nobody. So again, that's just the market. Again, this isn't my rules. This is just market value. This is just the rules. That's how we roll. Again, one-piece bars. Not a fan. This looks like a new bike. I was in a shop. Okay, I was hoping it's a bike shop. So maybe there. So that might hold a bit more weight than if it's in a bike shop. But again, it's a very niche product for $9,000. It's like, yeah, if you're going to spend $9,000, you're probably going to buy it from the website direct. That's just my opinion. Again, I'll probably make enemies with these videos, but again, I'm not here to make enemies. I'm not here to make friends. I'm just here to tell the truth. Market value. My goal here is to help people sell their bikes, get the market value for them, versus hanging on to them and go, why isn't anyone buying my bike? It's a really nice bike. Because the photos suck, or it just costs too much. And look at this, $1,250, and you got an incredible bike, brand new, warranty, etc. So that's the deal anyway. We'll see you on the road. Again, roasted, man. I've tried to sell stuff on Facey Marketplace before, and I'm like, man, the reason why I didn't sell, way too exy. My photos are crap. Take them down, reprice it, rephoto it, relist it, try again. Thanks for watching.